Got canids around. We got the Office of Creative Incubation. We've got people who don't like Spacer's Choice. Canids all over the place. Hello. I need you to reload faster. Alright, well. Galvanized canid meat. I'm not taking the tossball stuff. Executive suites, you say? But how do I get up there? Alright, here's a road. That just goes over here. Shit. Alright, well, I found my way to a whole bunch of other stuff, though. I can get to some of these.
Dr. Ambrose, tell me about Adrena time. What does it do?
Hasn't Clarence already dumped a pile of promotional materials on your head?
Where's the fun in that? My listeners want to hear it in your own words.
It's an injectable drug that improves a patient's speed, awareness, mental acuity, and endurance. In moderation, Adrenatime will uplift the laboring classes by strengthening their minds and work ethic.
That's quite the mission. What's driving this vision of uplift?
I am a solutions-oriented woman. I see a problem and I am moved to solve it. Poverty is one such problem. Through science, I believe we can improve the poor, and in so doing, improve Halcyon.
Yes. Improve the poor. This is some, like, I don't know what to call it. Possibly dark, like, super villainy kind of stuff. Is it funny? A little bit. Just a significant amount, possibly. I find it hilarious. I kind of just enjoy, like, supervillain plots. I think there's just something really cool about them. Like, they're so awkwardly convoluted. And, because somebody always writes them to be awkwardly convoluted, right? I know the other thing is right behind me. Nope! Okay, well, keep an eye out for those. Wall. From the window to the wall. Okay. I tried to quickscope it. Alright.
We're definitely trespassing. But don't let that stop you. It's almost like they're trying to send a message, don't you think?
Possibly. But we did find our way up here. Which is all that matters to me.
When does a man become marauder? People talk about them as if they've transformed, like they've mutated. I see it in the Aetherwave broadcasts, read it in the papers.
Beans.
But beneath their masks, they're only people. Dangerous people, with a terrible illness, but people still. When we call a man a marauder, have we given up on him? How do we know when he's become one? How can you decide to give up on someone? Have I given up on Harvey? Who does this suffering serve, I wonder? Spacer's Choice?
I don't know.
We call them marauders, like they have some kind of group identity. They don't. The name was coined in Edgewater, I think. one of the towns first hit by the Adrenatime crisis. A lonely Spacer's Choice outpost on the edge of a barren sea. A prime place for the company to test a disastrous new product. When the town started fraying at the edges, hardly anyone else in the colony noticed. Just like Lucian planned. I read the reports. Every missing person. Every unexpected death. A town already teetering on the edge, and Adrenatime shoved it off a
I
cliff.
envy whoever had this post. Gazing at the stars through a telescope is quite a peaceful endeavor.
Yeah, it is. Pretty cool job, if you ask me. I'd quit to do that. To be honest, like my first, not the first one, but my first serious major that I was really interested in, for my own personal reasons, because it was something that I was. What the hell happened here? Weird invisible wall here. Was aerospace engineering, because I'm a big fucking nerd, and I like I like space, and who doesn't? Who doesn't like space? I mean, who doesn't look up there and say like, what the fuck is going on? And to be honest, my biggest hurdle was calculus, and but the other biggest hurdle was I just don't like those people. I just
One down.
couldn't get along with those guys. Oh, issue number 1. A comic from the cult classic Ace Exterminator series, tragically canceled after its brief 4-issue run. Scribbled in felt tip on the comic's spine is the word speak. Okay, well. The inaugural issue, newly minted hero Archibald Excelsior is dispatched to the cloud cities of Olympus to put down a plague of ravenous Manti-men, intent on taking the cities for their own. Manti-mastermind pits his second-in-command, renowned Spindle Knight Sizak Sassafras, against Excelsior in hand-to-claw combat. This one, Excelsior appears to have bested his insectile foe with the help of his handy PET. His eye is caught by Isabella Femme Fatale, Manti-mastermind's dancing queen. Will the mustachioed hero survive his brush with the Spindle Knight? And with love? Probably not. Maurice, I have made peace with the chemical waste pit. It is where I belong, I think, with the refuse and the dregs. The surface is distant to me, as distant as the cold stars, as distant as you are and the rest of them. How do you fare, Maurice, up on your vaunted perch? When the shadow of the manufacturing crown falls on you and your fine telescope, do you think of me down here in the dark? Do any of you? My isolation has borne fruit. Propane, butane, ethane, these wild gases visit me in my dreams. They shift and morph, compress and expand, gas now, then liquid, then gas again. They've whispered to me the trick of their metamorphosis, and I have bottled it as they taught me. Come down from the shadow of the manufacturing, Maurice, down to the ravine, and they will teach you their trick too. Let us at last complete the package that I might finally ascend. All glory to the PET. Eustace. Okay, well. That guy's fucked. But yeah, my original... What I wanted to do was space stuff. And, what I really, really, really wanted was to figure out, like, okay, so if we got to Mars, how would we build? What would we build with, and who is going to build it? And that's the scary one. Who is going to build it? I think there's an episode of Archer that kind of tackles the who pretty well. And the who is whoever we deem to be slave labor. Is that messed up? Probably. But I don't think... Okay, let's be very real right now. The world would not be where we are without slave labor. It's fucked up. It's really weird to say, but I don't think we will terraform a whole new world without that use. Really. So, one of the things that has to happen, immediately you have to put up communications. And then second, you have to start the terraform. And then third, this is my opinion. There's probably better ways to do it. My opinion is probably not correct. I haven't really thought all this through, but I'm just thinking out loud. First, set up communications. Second, terraform. Third, profit. Somewhere in there, or third question marks, and then step 4, profit. So at some point, we'll have to send, I think if we're going to do it, we'll have to send like a third of humanity to Mars. And the issue is, like, who volunteers to do that? Because you have to send the initial group that's going to terraform a certain part, and then the rest of it is like,
That had to hurt.
because you're just filling in the gaps when you terraform. You're just gonna go plant some grass and see what the fuck happens, right? And you're gonna hope that an atmosphere pops up. And you have to do this very quickly. Once you get that all established, like whether it's artificial atmospheres or if we're building domes all over the place, like terraformed domes, you got to send a significant portion of humanity to go do the work. Where we're gonna get those people, who knows? I've got no idea. That's crazy to me. I don't know how we're gonna do it. Of course, this is sealed. How the fuck am I supposed to get in? You know what? We'll just hope that it gets unsealed, right? That was right here. Got one electric filing thing that didn't have to be sealed, and it was part 2. So I'm missing part 1, and I don't know how to get it. All right. Well, crossing this bridge doesn't really help me, does it? But then again, jumping off the cliff really kills me, doesn't it? That stinks. So how do we get down there? Really, I'll end up in just a crazy tangent, but I end up in construction, and construction is filled with people that I genuinely enjoy. Like the people are crude, but honest. And when they're not honest, I can sniff through their bullshit pretty well. You know what? This way's the path of least resistance. I don't need to be fighting any more people. I can't level up anymore anyway, so what's the point? But yeah, there's games like this really make me happy. Because when you look at things like how are we going to build it, this game tackles it pretty well. That whole situation, because it looks like they just flew their own kind of Connex boxes up here. Don't know what a Connex box is. Think of like a shipping container. Connex is just kind of a brand, but everybody calls them a Connex box, or just or their trailer, but they're not really a trailer. I'll take this. Shut up.
I thought I knew the OCI backwards and forwards. The Marauders got a way of finding every nook and cranny on this rock. OCI, fancy joint. Smells like Wentworth's and leather. A real slice of Byzantium. You don't set that up unless you're planning something big. Adrena time? Sure. But something tells me there's more to the story. Got a hunch to follow up on near the old mines. I'm leaving this here, in case I gotta come back.
Yeah, that's it. In case you have to come back. You knew I was coming.
Initiating ocular measurement.
Shove the eyeball in it.
Measurement complete. Ocular identification complete. Welcome, Clarence Mostly. Access granted. Welcome to the Office of Creative Incubation.
Yes. Thank you. Man, time flies when you play this game. Also, time flies when I just start talking about stuff. But yeah, so what they did was they dropped off Connex boxes on planets and just used those as construction materials. And those were like the original base, and then everything else was like, we'll ship things in as we go, but here's our plan of attack. And I feel like that's a really good way of doing things. However, if we were going to do that as a species in current day, when somebody wants something very special on Mars, what are we going to do? We're going to pack it with a bunch of people. Oh, I want these special sliding doors. Look at these. Fancy dark wood with gold outlines and borrowed lights that are dimpled glass. And then some of these, whatever the hell these are called. So, an architect major, you can tell me if you know what it is. And by the way, fuck you.
I can't pay the workers a couple more
Oh, if you're gonna go into architecture, make sure you're at a good school for it, because there are some schools that you're basically just buying buying yourself a art degree with no constructability. I swear to God, if I see another non-constructible plan that's just artsy and ugh, I might go postal on one of you. Ooh, look at you, a hole.
Ah, the Spacers chosen. Lousiest team that ever did swing a tossball stick.
Spacer's Choice is unreasonably proud of their low-quality fare, aren't they?
They are. What happened to my, Oh, what is this? Oh, I didn't know I was gonna pick it up.
Nicely done.
Oh.
Don't let sleep rob you of your life. Cut your resting hours in half and double your productivity with Adrena Time.
Show your boss that you are prime, because you take Adrena Time.
Oh. Whoever got paid for that, good job. This right here, though. This looks like Edgewater, but I don't think it is. It might be.
Proudly located in the bloodstream of the entire Spacers chosen tossball team. Adrena Time, putting the performance in performance-enhancing drugs.
Show your boss that you are prime.
Performance-enhancing drugs.
Keeps your aim steady and your trigger finger at the ready. Adrena Time brings out the hero in you.
Show your boss that you
All right, well, I like these little fake things. They just kind of make me happy. Little fake museum things. All right, you. Door lock controls. Unlock them all. Messages. Cool. Do monitor. Don't mention. Don't talk about the incident. Oh, tell auditors to fuck off. Okay. Good. And this guy had the same idea. Ah, yes. Spacer's Choice Chew in the toilet. God, there's Adrena Time everywhere. I'm gonna walk out of here with just so much. I'm not taking any more for a while. I'm probably gonna pick some up, but I don't want to pick up anymore. Vending machine, you say? A ring. Tossball card? Yes. While we're here, sell the junk. I feel like I'm getting, oh, this is buy. I feel like I'm getting a little, overweight here. Oh, contraband, look at that. We got a new gun. It's pretty cool. It does a lot of damage, though. I'm gonna hold on to that. That feels reasonable to me. Yes, I'm getting rid of that hat. Those are gonna come back in style someday. Bowler hats. And I will not be alive for that. I'm hoping somebody kills me first. Oh, wow, a package of bread and vodka? Damn, someone's doing some carbo loading today. Carbon loading. I feel like an idiot. Bit cartridges. Stogie Schleems. Man. This game is just me looting shit until I stumble into me doing... I think I just took some more Adrena Time. Like I said, I'm just going to keep taking Adrena Time. That's it. But I think I'm going to do this mission. And then, and only then, will I order Taco Bell. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have not eaten. Actually, no, I did eat earlier today, didn't I? I made sausage rolls. Like, good old-fashioned English sausage rolls. Except it wasn't English sausage rolls. It was more like Italian sausage rolls. But with no peppers. I made a homemade dough, a homemade sauce. I don't put the sauce in it because that's stupid. Man, look at this place. What was it? Italian sausage. I had hot, mild, and sweet. I made them... I don't know what I'm going to do. A little bit more. I have not eaten. Actually, no, I did eat earlier today, didn't I? I made sausage rolls. I took some dough. I rolled them in the dough. Right? I did, like, and I sauteed some onions, except they still had some crunch to them, so... A little crunchy onion action. My favorite kind.
Heads up!
Hello.